All right, everybody, welcome back to the Fish Dimension. I've got something a little bit different for you guys today. Instead of fishing North Carolina, today we are back here at my old home that I grew up in Maryland. This is the one I've mentioned a couple times that has a nice little creek just a stone's throw away, and I never fished it my entire life. So today's mission is to fish it today for the very first time, right next to my old home, and see what kind of fish I was looking at through the water all those years ago. I know some of them are bluegill. I'm not sure what the others are, but we're gonna find out. Come with me, won't you? Oh, okay, fixing my shoe. All right, so there's my old house, and this is how you get down to the stream here. There's this very tiny little ephemeral stream here. Used to be spring fed, but it doesn't look like the spring's running anymore. I want to show you guys this. These little plants here, I used to call them umbrella plants, but what they actually are is May-apples. I used to come out here and play a game where I basically just whacked them with a stick, like trying to swipe the stick at them and see how long I could get them to stand after I'd swiped it before they fell. You just basically had to swipe at it really, really fast to do that. But most of them have the single sort of umbrella top like that. But occasionally you get these ones like this that have the double head, and they sprout a little fruit at the end here that eventually flowers. And that's a May-apple. Don't know why I decided to stop and show you guys that. It was just something from my childhood, I guess. So the creek is down here. I can already hear the water running, and I'm going to try to find the path of least resistance and poison ivy to get there. So we'll see you down at the water's edge. All right, well, I'm aborting that direction, actually. There's a lot more plants there than I remember there being, so we're going up this hill and taking a path of less resistance, I think. So this is still on our property here. This is a little cabin that has always been here since before our house was built. Really neat, actually. Don't know if you guys can see in there through that glare. But yeah, this has been here my whole life. Mother and father used to tell me to stay the hell away from it most of the time. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it's pretty much infested, unfortunately, but still just really cool looking, very quaint. This entire forest back here used to be sort of a campground with lots of little cabins like this all over it, and you know, nobody uses them anymore except for storage or anything. But no, this was the one that was on our property, and I think is still the one that's in best shape. And out here we have that neat old wagon wheel, and just about the creepiest old outhouse that you could ever imagine. And no, I've never used it. Oh, but actually that's my old sled in there, actually. Winter sleigh riding. All right, enough wasting time. Let's get down there and get to fishing. I just got to find the best way to walk down sort of a big steep hill here. All right, well, I really should have wore long pants. I'm so gonna get poison ivy. Yeah. This was the way to go. Much less plants and stuff to walk through. Real good. Water's just down there. These shoes I wore weren't the best for navigating this either. But yeah, these are the woods of my childhood, basically. I spent countless days out here walking around when I was a kid, and you know, playing with sticks and bringing my friends out to build forts and have squirt gun battles and laser tag fights and snowball fights and sleigh ride and build snowmen. Lots and lots of really cherished memories in these woods back here. Let's see. And so this little creek that's back here, and really just isn't far at all, easily within walking distance. I used to come down here, and I've always been kind of interested in aquatic life, and I'd look into the water and I'd see that there were fish in there. I never knew what they were. When the internet came around, I tried you know, putting in descriptions of them to try to find out, but nothing ever quite looked the same. But since I became an angler, I started noticing that bluegill look a lot like the fish I used to see in here. Now this is an interesting little point along the way right here. You see all that? All these big green cabbagey looking things? That's skunkweed. It smells to high heaven. You break off a piece of that and sniff it. It smells like weed, actually. And my brother and I used to call this area the tar pit. Like, you walk out into the middle of that, you will lose your shoe, guaranteed. All right, I'm reminiscing too much, and I'm about to trip. Yeah, this whole area is not as deep as I remember. Oh, I see fish already. They saw me too. I spooked them. Damn. Wow, that was easy to spook them. I'm gonna have to be careful. Oh, what were those? They didn't look like bluegill to me. Okay guys, well, like an idiot, I left the trout magnets up in the other book bag, and I'm not walking back to get it, but we have an alternative. This very little electric chicken. It's like half the size of the other regular size Bobby Garlands. I'm thinking, you know, that ought to work. That'll get me something. All right guys, well, these fish are clearly easily spooked, so I'm gonna have to be super careful. I'm spooking them right now. Boy, I wish I knew what those were. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Would help if I opened my bail. Wow, that cast spooked them. Well, these little guys might be too skittish. How to do this? All right, well, I'm saying screw the small ones. Where I want to be is right there. That's where I want to stand. Only one way to try. I really, really hope that I don't lose my balance or get bit by a snake. Get this out of my way. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got it now. I used to come down here, and one of my activities I did that wasn't fishing was skipping stones. You just find the most awesome skipping stones here. Not bad. All right, so this is me for the first time fishing my home stream where I grew up. Oh, there's a big fish. That looks like a bass. That is a bass. Wow. Oh, she's a bobber. I need to just throw it out. What? Oh, God. Oh, something bit it. It wasn't the bass, but it was something. All right, come on. This is gonna happen. Ooh, they struck it. They struck it on the fall. Oh, fish on. Oh, what do we got here? I bet I know what you are. You are the ever aggressive green sunfish, and you're a nice big one too. Oh, thank you for biting. I can't even describe what an amazing feeling this is right now, actually. To have gotten so into fishing recently, far away from home, and to come back to my home, to this little stream that I knew growing up and that I was fascinated with and wondered what might be in here, and to come down and not only catch a fish, but know finally exactly what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the green sunfish right here in my home stream. Thanks for biting, friend. That's just such a great feeling. All right, well, he bit the tip end off of my my tail thing here, but I think it's still got enough action to do some enticing, so let's give that a try again. Wow, just incredible. I can't tell you how happy that makes me. Let's try over by the running water here. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're getting bites. God, that was quick. I bet a lot of the sunfish are stacked up by the running water here. A good tip, of course, is that you want to target moving water, of course. Fish love, you know, the extra oxygen that it puts in. Oh, I think I just caught another green sunfish. He really went for it, though. Yep. Wow. Well, you know what? I thought for sure that I was going to come here and that the very first thing that I caught was going to be bluegill. I thought for sure that's what I saw when I was young. But it turns out I was seeing a lot of green sunfish too, apparently. And they are as aggressive as ever. Wow. This is amazing. I'm having such a good time, I can't even tell you right now. Oh, this is so much fun. All right, so they're definitely liking it on the drag, swimming like a minnow. Got another one right away, right away. Yet another green sunfish. And I gotta say, all these green sunfish here are very decently sized for their species. You know, I don't usually see them get very big because they stay inshore, shallow, you know. Oh, but this is great. And you know, I gotta say too, I love that I'm catching them on a lure. Because I just love that. I love the idea that you know, that I fooled the fish. It looks like a bass or something tried to take a bite of him right here. He's got some missing scales. But wow, and these are really pretty green sunfish too. Like, just look at the orange tipping on the fins and everything, and the green stripes along the face. Just really beautiful examples of the species here. Oh, there we go. Something. What do we got here? Well, a different species. This is a redbreast sunfish. The first I've been able to show you on the channel. So redbreasts, you know, they got sort of a longer body, long periculum here. Generally they have red eyes. They've got the green stripes along the face right here, and that iconic red breast right there. And they sort of got some orangey red coloration to their fins here. A couple of little spots. Really beautiful fish that I just don't often get on in North Carolina. Give you a new first for the channel. So now we got a multi-species day going on here, but there's still big bass down there, and that's what I want. See you later, little guy. Thanks for biting. So what are you? Really? That spooked you? What was that fish? I must know. I don't think that was a largie. All right, so this is the next bait we're trying out, guys. It's a little, I'm trying to imitate a minnow with natural colors as best I can. So we're gonna see how this does. I can't spend too much time deciding what to throw. I just gotta throw things out and, you know, kind of roll with it. So this might not catch as many small fish as I've been catching, but hopefully we're gonna catch one of them. I'm hoping the larger size doesn't spook them off. All right, well, I guess we are still gonna catch little fish. Ah, that's why. It's you again, green sunfish, with your big mouth. I mean, really, you remember the size of the redbreast's mouth? Just look at the size of the mouth of a green sunfish. Come on, open up. It's like the mouth of a crappie. It's so big compared to the other sunfish. That's why they can take on bigger baits like this. All right, let's keep trying. We have a limited amount of time here. Oh, guys, I love this spot. I mean, it's not just that I feel at home here. I do, but I mean, look at this. It's gorgeous. The other reason this is such a great spot is because, and you can look at it and see, they really just can't go anywhere. You know, it's too shallow there. There's barriers, and it's too shallow there. Once they come through that spillway and they get over here, they're stuck here. It's a huge body of water, and a lot of fish come from there, so it's really almost impossible to... Oh, I got something. It's really almost impossible to fish this spot out because it just keeps getting replenished. What do we got here? Another green sunfish. Lovely. Another nice green sunny. Get back in there. Huh. Well, now that hopping on the bottom kind of enticed him a bit. These are a bunch of green sunfish. I don't want them. I know what I want. And it rhymes with ass. I see that bass down there. I want it to bite this thing so bad. What would a bass want the most right now? Well, I gotta say, it is really tricky finding a way to get these bass to bite. I saw so many of the little ones and kind of bigger ones over here just moments ago. Oh, there's one. Wonder if he'd like it thrown right on top of him. No, he would not. Am I just not fooling them here? Are the sunfish too dumb, but the bass are too smart? Backing away. Wonder if he's just protecting his bed. I see him right there. He's a nice big fish. Why is he not biting this? Just ain't working. Okay, yeah, he's chasing. Yeah, he's chasing the blue. Okay, now I know what to do. I need something to imitate those sunfish. I need to get a nasty little reaction strike out of him. And I'll bet I got just the thing to do it. How about that? It's green. It's sunfishy. It might be just what I need to throw to get this bass to get really ticked off and bite. I think its bed is right by this big rock that's under there, and it's protecting it. I gotta keep remembering that the spawn isn't as far in here as it is up, or as it is down in North Carolina, because it's, you know, generally kind of colder here. That's coming so close to ticking him off into a strike. If he can just strike this thing, those treble hooks will get him, for sure. Wish I had a way to make this stupid thing sink. Oh, what do I got? This stupid little bait fish. Up. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's gonna be fun to get out. This green sunfish, although a nice sizable green sunfish, decided to take a shot at this thing. I'm not as good at getting these treble hooks out. Oh, you got lucky. You got real lucky. See, if I can just get the bass to strike at this, that's why I'll get them hooked, because these hooks are just gnarly. I mean, they're the nastiest hooks of all. I really want to see what kind of bass is over there protecting that bed too. I mean, I really want to see it, because if it is what I kind of think it is, This is gonna be an amazing day. This isn't working because I can't get it deep enough to get the bass's full attention. Don't I have anything else? Anything that would look like something trying to eat it? Maybe this big one. I need to go as big as possible. That's the key. What else do I have in here? Ooh. Now that looks good. That's big and fat. There's got to be something that'll make this bass bite. All right, bass. I'm coming to eat your eggs. Yes! Yes! Oh, that's a fight. Oh, you didn't know what you got yourself into that time, did you? Damn, hold still, hold still. Oh, no, 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 no. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. Not you. No! Phew. I am not letting this one get away. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, is my very first smallmouth bass. Holy hell. Oh man, I cannot tell you guys how happy I am right now. I knew it. I knew this guy was a smallmouth. I kept looking at him and thinking, I don't see a lateral line. And I knew it. I knew that if I kept going at it and I made it look like I was trying to eat his eggs, that eventually he would get really ticked off and strike. Let me show you. Let me show you. This is the little culprit that did it. You see that? You see what I did? See what I did there? Oh, a new species for the day. Smallmouth bass. My very, very first. Look at this. I love it. I love the bronze coloring on this fish. It's beautiful. Okay, that should have gave him a nice breath. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I am just ecstatic. This turned out to be an awesome day of fishing. Just gorgeous. The red eye, the smaller mouth. These are gorgeous little fish. I'd say he's about a pound. Well, just like I thought, he's about a pound 5. Okay. All right, and without further ado, let's get him back in the water so he can get back to the very busy job he was doing. All right, there he goes, right back to his spot. Oh man, that was amazing. I can't believe that happened. I can't believe that Gail's up there asleep and didn't see me do it. But if I'd went to sleep with her, or after the car, she's tired from the car ride, if I'd have gone up there and gone to sleep with her, this might not have happened. I might not have caught my first smallie. I mean, that's just incredible, incredible. Oh, that makes me feel good. And we're just about at that point where the camera's about to die too. Well, let's see here. That was kind of a heck of a situation near the end there. I was dropping my rod because he almost got away and everything. I mean, that was some, pretty piss poor fish handling skills on my part there. But, it's true what people say. They really do fight like hell. I mean, he was fighting and fighting, and I was thinking, don't come off, don't come off. So I flipped him up here and I turned him around to make sure that if he did come off, I might be able to catch him. And of course he did. And luckily I was able to get a hold of him so we could get some footage of him up close. That's all I wanted, I just wanted to see a nice smallmouth up close. Today, At my old childhood creek, we have managed to get on redbreast sunfish, green sunfish, and my very first smallmouth bass. And I could not be happier or more ecstatic. I get to add another species to my species list. I even have a weight on it. Wow. All right, I know I'm rambling on like, you know, like a 5-year-old who just, you know, got his first bicycle or something here, but, you know, I don't know. I guess I'm just really into fishing, and that was awesome. And I don't care if I get on nothing else for this entire trip to Maryland. I'm happy already. I did something I've been trying to do pretty much since I started fishing. What the? Oh, how did that happen?